What's up guys, it's RCT bringing you another video for you guys, and today we're going to be doing the second part, or the second part basically of the console segment on the Hyperpie PC setup that I've been slowly but surely working on to make it my own, to make it, you know, tailor-made for my needs. And special update in regards to that, so the overall build is coming on along very nicely. I add stuff here and there. I take away a little bit of the maybe the filler stuff that I'm not going to be using as much. So hopefully by the end of these videos I will have a much tighter, but albeit with much more content than the previous Hyperspin build that I had for many years. I hope that these videos allow for many of you who probably hadn't heard about it, or maybe didn't know too much about the whole Hyperspin and the front ends with the emulators and stuff, to, you know, dive in and have some fun as well. So without further ado, this time around, the first time around, we were focusing on the layout and what are the systems included. This time around we're going to be diving into a few of those who for some reason got a benefit from the upgrade, you know, in terms of how well they perform within Hyperpie versus Hyperspin. So let's check that out. Alright, so let's go right in. Let's launch Hyperpie. And in this one I'm going to try to cover stuff that I couldn't cover last time around. You're going to see some changes from the first video and the rest of the videos that I've done so far. In terms, of course, of the music, that's the most jarring difference between this and the other videos. But that's not the point of the video today. The video today is to cover some other stuff. You're going to be picking up on the differences, how I've been modifying stuff from the earlier videos. So I'll leave you guys up to that if you're interested. But the things that I should make a mention that kind of like fell outside of the norm would be CD based systems, like starting from here. We got CD32. Don't really know that much about it because this was more European, I'm guessing. Had more effect over there than at least in the States. So my perception, I might be wrong. If I am, please, you know, let me know. But this was not something that was extremely popular, especially with the prices of CD based systems and stuff. But at least here, when it comes to this, it's working really nicely, I have to say. I'm not sure that something like this is going to run on a RetroPie. Again, I might be wrong, because with emulators like RetroArch and stuff, it could be, but I'm not absolutely sure on that one. But it is here, and it's a little piece of history that you get to kind of relive, or live for the first time in my case. So yeah, it's something kind of cool to add to the whole thing, to the normal systems that you come to appreciate throughout the years. You know, falls outside of the NES's, you know, the Nintendos, the Segas, and the brands that you tend to associate with. Now that I will cover these off-kilter stuff on the next video, so stay tuned for that. For the sake of this video, however, the one that I have to mention here is this one, PCFX from NEC, back at the time where we were basically finding about these CD-based systems that were going to be coming out, and we were already wrapping our minds around a possible Super NES CD, the Sega CD, and even TurboGrafx CD. NEC took it a bit further in Japan, of course. I don't think they market this in the US or outside of Japan for that matter. And this system kind of focuses more on full motion video aspect of things, but not the kind that you were used to in something like Sega CD, where it was more like real life full motion. This was all like anime stuff, and it was really, really cool. And I got to see a few screens and stuff, and it being reported on in magazines. But this is kind of like the first time that I get to, you know, actually try it out. I want to put on this one just really quickly. I still don't know how to play it very well, but just to show you guys what the system seems to be all about. Now this one is a little bit more approachable. The rest of the games, however, it's gonna take me a while to get through them because of the heavy Japanese. So this is kind of like a fighting game, and I'm almost sure that this game came out for the Sega CD in some form. I don't know if it was a port or something. It came out for another CD-based system, but I can't recall which one right now. And it's a premise where I think in this case you need to kind of time your action. Is kind of like rock, paper, scissor kind of thing. That you need to put your input in a certain way and hope to God that you're actually doing what you're supposed to in order to win. But it looks so cool, and for a 1994 game, it's pretty awesome. Alright, here we go. Who makes the first move? Let's go. Ouch. That hurt. Oh shit, get up. Damn. That's it. I'm dead, I'm dead. Damn. I haven't done any damage. Okay, enough of embarrassing myself. I'll come back to this later. If you're interested in me covering any of these, I'll give it a try. Again, there's a lot of Japanese because of course it didn't come outside of Japan, that I think. So yeah, just wanted to make a little side note on that one. TurboGrafx CD, I don't know if this would be available or playable on the RetroPie. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't think so. I mean, it might with RetroArch and stuff like that, but I don't think so. At least here, it works really good.
Loading. Loading complete.
You can get the nice little menus of the CD-ROM. Our buddy Bonk. Oh my god. The memories on this one. So yeah. Now moving. There's this one, but I'm not going to cover this one. I'm going to cover at least all the off-kilter stuff that I showed so far, which should pertain to a specific video, to be honest, not what I'm doing now. I'm going to be covering separately. All the weird stuff, the nice little niche, if you will, I'll be covered in a different one. For now, let's go on to stuff that I know is way out of range for the RetroPie, like GameCube. Now the collection on the GameCube side is it's okay, but I still need to tweak it a bit more. But, so let's see what we can find here.
Loading. Loading complete.
Now hopefully here it's going to be running a bit better. There's a weird line, but it's okay. It's tolerable. Let's just create something quick. Now this, to be able to run... Ooh, I need to change the controls on this, but it's okay. What I'm loving is the speed. To change these controls, but I'm not going to get into that. I just wanted to show you guys that the GameCube is up and running. Let's see what else can we do here real quick.
Look out, lad. Someone's about to pass you. Looking good.
Loading. Loading.
So yeah,
complete.
basically I'm showing you guys that this is working because of course eventually I'm going to be doing system specific, you know, showcasing and stuff, and if this works out the way that it's working out for me right now, I'll probably be using this going forward. Yeah, let's do something really quick.
Let's go.
Damn, it's looking sharp. Really, really nice. It's Aspen Lake. The water effects that Nintendo was
Welcome to Aspen
for
Lake.
at one point. And they used to be ahead of the curve back in the day.
3, 2, 1, go!
You passed that buoy correctly. Nice. Pass the red buoys on the right. That's it.
This was
Great.
so good.
Good one. Turbo's all yours. Are you okay?
Nice. A little button press, we're back in the menu. Now, I kind of went ahead of myself here because I jumped straight to the GameCube, but there's one that deserves very special attention, and that's the Saturn. Oh my god, the Saturn is working so good here. And yeah, there's plenty to choose from. I got some of the Japanese games thrown in here for good measure, although I have a separate wheel for it, but I just kept them in here because I know it's better for me if I keep them close. I don't have to be switching between, but it is available. You can actually go outside of this wheel and just pick the Japanese version. So let's pick one. Which one should we pick? Okay, let's do
Loading. Loading complete.
Now, I know I've done many videos in the past about different emulators for the Saturn. This one was one of the very last on the list of options, and in the end I stuck with it because it gives you the 100% console experience, at least for me right now. Steady emulation, complete emulation doesn't do anything better or as good as some of the other options, but man, oh man, it's really great to play with this one. And it's Mednafen, which is a pain in the ass to configure, but once it's there, you don't have to worry about it. It's very picky in the way that your backups, if they're not made properly or titled properly, it won't run it. Something as simple as if the naming convention of, let's say, the image that you make when you do the backup, if it's different from the name outside what you name it, like giving the game title, if it doesn't match, if when the emulator tries to run it, it doesn't match what is outside with what is inside the image, it won't run. So yeah, it's very picky, but man, it just runs the Saturn and makes it sing. This one right here, a simple game, Astro, one of the first games, I had so much issues with other emulators trying to run it, and it would say a whole bunch of stuff saying that either something bad was wrong with the image or something else, you know, it just wouldn't run it. But I will be covering and going more in depth with Saturn coverage later on. I just wanted to include it here in the consoles that I kind of left in the first video. So let me get out of here. And the Japanese counterpart, as I mentioned, is also here. With just a few, not all of them, just a few that I wanted to have here. Dreamcast goes without saying, but I think I mentioned the Dreamcast in the last video. This one is I'm still configuring. As you can see, there's a few boxes here that I'm missing that I need to get, and some of the indies that of course I did not cover.
Loading. Loading complete.
All in one wheel here to try out. And this I'm pretty sure that it's either not running well or not running at all in something like the basic RetroPie. Now, why do I always end up testing a shoot 'em up when I am going to be doing the next video on shoot 'em ups? That is, it's kind of strange, isn't it? But yeah, it's working really nicely, by the way, and they're all here, the ones that you expect from the indie scene for the Dreamcast. Now, before I go, because the video is running a little on the long side, I know there's many other that I haven't covered here, but I will be going back to these because I know I'm going to be doing a video on the off-kilter ones, and I will do system specific, but I just wanted to show this. There's no really big gain from doing this, but it's just so cool to seeing it running here and not having to worry about the huge load time on the actual system. But it's kind of nice. It feels, for some reason, it feels kind of. I've been playing Neo Geo games for quite a while, and playing the CD version actually feels kind of different. Feels kind of weird in a good way. Go. Alright, let's do the versus. Here you see the loading screen, but at least it's not nearly as bad as it is on the actual CD console. I did the same character. Oh, it's okay. It's just to test out. Now this is just to show you guys, but I'm actually going to be doing an SNK only video where I'll be covering not only Neo Geo, MVS and AVS, but the pocket versions as well, and of course the CD. You can see it's working really nicely, very smooth, and everything working without a hitch. So yeah. But there is so much stuff here, guys. And of course, I haven't mentioned the bigger brothers. Now these two are the last that I'm going to be doing, and this is going to be work in progress. As soon as the emulator progresses to, it would be in a better place to run the actual games, because right now the emulation is okay-ish, but it's not good enough to have in this kind of setup, to be honest. It's better to run outside and, you know, and tweak, and when it gets to a point where it's really good, then you start putting it in stuff like this. For now, I don't see it feasible. But yeah, guys, that is going to be all for this video. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the videos. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.